A goal by Ebenezer Asifua. People thought he game imeenda, but right now Gor Mahia are at number 1 with the 64 points. Arocho, imeenda ama bado iko? Because police played very well.
No.
Having the early goal by
No.
Brian Chonjo.
I don't know what you mean by they played well.
Wacheza poa?
I disagree. Kucheza poa is getting your 3 points. Period. Football is just about results. Like any other thing in life, it's about results. You might start so well, but how you end. Gor Mahia, I said it, I think about 3-4 weeks ago, that Gor Mahia is going to win the league. I had some reservations concerning their game against Kakamega Homeboys. They won against Homeboys. I also had some reservations against the match. I had reservations concerning this match against Police. They picked a draw. So who else will stop Gor Mahia? Though whenever I talk to Gor Mahia officials, I urge them not to look at the league. Gor Mahia should now start looking at the continental CAF assignment. What I mean by this is that they need to get more quality, more better quality as they move into CAF assignments. I'm not saying that the players at Gor Mahia are not as good, but when you move from class 8, you don't transit to Form 1 with the same teacher you had. Yeah. You need to get something different. Gor Mahia has a set of very good players, but when they're moving to the champion, and if in any case they want to progress into the group stages, they need to invest in quality. I saw some clip last week where Yanga the president of Yanga was addressing the media. They're talking about having players who the least paid player at Yanga is paid about 5 million Kenya shillings. That nobody in this country is paying any player anything above 1 million. So the more you invest in the team, the more you get, and the serious you become in terms of the continental assignment. So Gor Mahia as at now, if you tell me this is a wrap, they've won the league, they need to start concentrating on bringing in more better quality so that when they move to the Champions League, they are not knocked out the way Police were knocked out in the first round, or the way Homeboys were knocked out in the first round. I liked what Nairobi United did in the Confederations Cup. I still believe that we can do better. Kenya is a country that is blessed in terms of the talent that we have. What we are not doing, we are not channeling the talent the way it should be. Football in this country is still, by default, it should be by design. We should be designing players. We should be designing our win. In the sense that you invest, and the moment you invest, get good players, definitely you have designed a team for success. So that is what I'm saying, and I'm challenging Gor Mahia's management to look beyond the league.
Do you agree with Felix Junior? Do you agree with Arocho?
I do agree.
First, let's talk about Gor versus Police, and then
Gor versus Police. It was a good match. I was there. Police scored the first goal around before 20th minute.
22nd minute.
22nd minute, yeah. And the game changed. Second half, when Gor Mahia came back, I saw something that I normally see in a team that want to win a trophy. Gor Mahia changed everything. Now Police started like now in a fan's view, they were looking, sorry, they were looking as if they were wasting time. You know the fans' view, like wanalala nini. But Gor Mahia found their way. That crucial point, that one point was enough. And maybe it may decide in the title race. Yeah, because FC have one game in hand. So if in case they win that game, because game in hand is not a win, in case they win that game, it turn to 4 points.
Yeah, 4 points.
Yeah, now 4 points, now we are looking at that 1 point. Because if you win a game, it's 3 points.
Yeah.
Now if you go back to what Arocho is saying, the quality of Gor Mahia players, currently, right now, if you ask me, they can't compete for Confederation, for CAF tournament. They can't.
Why
I'm saying that because there's a quality. You have to invest in quality when you're going to CAF. We saw that in Nairobi United. They played the preliminaries, they won the 2 legs, the 2 games they played. But they went to group stage. Now what the quality is needed. quality is needed. I'm telling you, when it comes to CAF, it is quality. So Gor Mahia, if you ask me, they are winning the league. So for us fans who are there back at home, for them they'll think like, we have won the league. But there's something better than that league right now. You cannot be dominating just home. But when you leave the home, the other side, when the country now supports you, leave alone when you are at home, we have different teams, but not the country now is supporting you. You can't come back with the result. You have like the way you have said, Younger now they're investing in players. The least player should be paid how much? 5 million. For us in Kenya, football is like hobby. We don't make it a job. That's not utasikia mchezaji analipwa 10,000 Kenya shillings in Premier League. Hatufai kuwa hapo. 10 years ago, Uganda, Tanzania, Kenya was stepping stone. Right now, if you ask a Ghanaian player, do you want to come to Yanga or Gor Mahia? He'll tell you, I'm going to Yanga. Why? They have the quality of players. They are paying well. Invest in these players. Make your club, hata ukienda kubagain, una bargain when you have a quality. Menelewa? We should not be having players being paid 10,000, 15,000, and you're playing in Premier League. To be honest, it's not worth it. Ileti hata shangwe, ileti, and then you are saying there, landlord wako anakuona kwa gazeti kila siku umeka 6 months hujalipwa. It's not. Hatuko hapo, tunafaa kwa tunatoka. Cause nimekana watu kama Waganda sana. Walikuwa nakuja hapo nakwambia Kenya is a stepping stone. Sasa ukiuliza Mganda tule top player kuja Kenya nakwambia no. Ama Tanzania nakwambia no. Wacha ncheze kwetu. Tanzania, how many teams are paying well? They are very good teams, they are paying well. 5 million, 3 million, 2 million is a problem kwao. But Kenya sasa hivi umesikia the highest paid data is income ifikisha 1 million. And then we brag around, sisi no boss. Tunafaa kwa tumetoka hapo. Ligi yetu ukiangalia price win ya ligi ni very low. Quality, kwanza weka quality, weka demand kuwe high. If you pay player very well, competition itakuwa high. Hata kwa tuna Gor Mahia ndio na compete for league peke yake. Tutaona even hata Sofapaka imekuja imeanza compete because you are paying the player very well. But tukibado tukilipa wachezaji venye tunawalipa, Katela.
Before we listen to watch both coaches that of Gor Mahia and Kenya Police, Arocho and Felix, what do you mean by quality? Unajua kuna mtu, when you say quality atakwambia, na vile naonanga nani ni mdeadly. Akwa sawa, is it quality based on kwa pitch? Is it this quality thing that you're talking about? Unajua, because when you ask somebody hapa mtaani, nani ni mdeadly?
Results.
Yeah, you see, for example,
results.
This player of Gor Mahia, they call ako Kenya kimakosa, Sylvester. Well, silly, they say Kenya kimakosa. You know, is it?
Well, me, the way I look at it, I'll take you back a bit. When Gor Mahia had the likes of Dan Serunkumba, Khalid Aucho, we had Godfrey, Walusimbi. You know, when you get the best of Uganda in your league or in your club, then of course you're upping your game. Then when you move to the continental assignments, then you'll see several other good players. If you can attract them in your league, then you're doing so well. A good example is Fiston Kalala Mayele. When he left, when he left Congo to come and play in Yanga. Now he's currently playing in Egypt. But look at the way he moved from Congo to Dar es Salaam to play for Yanga. The kind of signing that was made. He was the top scorer then in the Congolese league. Then when you bring the top cream into your league, and then he did so well within that league, and within 2-3 seasons, he had moved to Egypt. His transfer from Yanga to Egypt was outrageous. So that's what I mean. Quality will not stay for long in a small league. So this is what Gor Mahia should start looking at. The best of what is happening in Rwanda. Go to Rwanda, go to Rayon Sports, go to Atraco. You see, go to APR. Get the best. Get the best. Then, of course, you have to attract them with some resources around so that you can entice them to come and play for you. So when you have a galaxy of stars, and that's what's happening at Simba. Simba has players from as far as Nigeria, and top quality, not just a Nigerian by name. No, you must look at the player and his output, his stats. He's played how many matches? How many assists has he given? How many, if he's a defender, how many blocks has he made? And you know, the current football ecosystem, starts are very, very important. Any good player must have his starts, so that when you're going for you're being presented to a new club, those are things that are produced. Gone are the days where people go for trials. No. You bring your stats, we've seen how many goals you've scored, then we sign you. And if you're a good player, within no time, you'll have picked, blended with the team, and you're producing. So that's what I mean when I say I need quality.
Let's listen to what both coaches of Gor Mahia and Kenya Police had to say after the draw on Saturday.
Tactically tulipata sawa kabisa, isipokuwa sasa hiyo, I think hiyo second half hatukuipata right, kwa sababu ile tulikuwa tunakubali kurudi nyuma zaidi na ku-invite Gor kwetu, na hiyo ndo makosa kubwa tulifanya, ndo wakaweza pata hiyo nafasi wakafunga. Ila I think nafurahi vile vijana wamecheza, wamedefend vizuri, lakini tu hiyo sehemu ndo inafaniwa kie. Kama ni defending tulikuwa tunarudi nyuma, hatupaswi kufanya hivyo, na hiyo ndo makosa tulifanya.
A lot of ideas in which we'll go in the second half, but I must say the opponent did very well. They were very deep in their box. They defended very well, and they didn't give us too much space in terms of how to operate, and it made it difficult for us. But in the second half, we were able to correct it, so we controlled the game in a very positive way. Again, the goals were not really coming, but we managed to get an equalizer, which was good for us.
And still we're still on the Kenya Premier League, whereby Tusker beat Bidco 2-0. But before we talk about that game, Arocho, what's your thought about vile makocha wamesema hapo?
Well, it's not an easy match. This is a defending champion. This is another team that is the most decorated team in the country, currently leading the league. So that match could have not been a small match in terms of the expectations, in terms of the game itself. So for Muyoti, I think this was giving in. He's let go the league. He's the defending champions. And of course, picking a draw at such a crucial moment. If in any case Police got a win, then perhaps that discussion could have still been live, in the sense that Police is still trying to push a win for the league. But because of that result, I feel that they've already conceded defeat. The league is gone. For Gor Mahia, I think it was a good result, conceding early in the match and getting an equalizer way late into the match. For me, I think it should be something that should push them to the next level.
Felix, your take on what the coaches wamesema Muyoti and
Muyoti alikuwa
Charles Okono.
Ukimwangalia hata body language yake alikuonyesha yenyewe siwezi win ligi. Juange win hiyo game, at least kungekuwa na hiyo push bado. Kuna hiyo belief, sababu games zimebaki 4, kulibakisha 3, Gor imebakisha 3, FC 4. So alikuwa na believe, ukiangalia gap ya points, are they 9, 10 points if I'm not so wrong. So alikuwa na chance ya fanya nini? But hiyo result ya 1-1 imemtoka sahi.
Tusker faced Bidco United, and still the shock that was there, Kariobangi Sharks beating Nai Boys. Tuanze naye Felix, about let's talk about Tusker and Bidco. Tusker have done well, wamekuja wamepanda sana.
Baada ni wachape.
Actually after Arocho talked, aliongea sana
yes.
Wamepanda juu sana,
yes,
number 7. There was a time I remember you said that was not the Tusker.
Yes, I think Tusker picked a cue from my talk. I was quite hard on them. You cannot be a team that has that financial muscle,
They have everything.
And you are still lagging behind you. Where you compete with the likes of Sopapaka who don't have money. I like what they did. And at times, when we are critical, whatever we say as the media is not necessarily personal. We are just trying to make things work. They brought in a coach who is serious. They even moved their training session from where they were having their sessions in a very unkept pitch, and you can see the results. Once again, Katela, you have to reinvest. Football is about investment. Football is not about picky ponky. And football is by design. You design success. Look at what they've done. They moved from where they were training initially. They're now training at KU. Far much better playing surface. They brought in a coach. Imagine the coach had never been in Kenya as a coach, and look at the results. They are coming. You invest in your players and you'll get results. So I believe that the coming season, Tusker will be a contender. Tusker cannot go 5 or 6 seasons without being anywhere close a win of a tournament, either the league or the FKF Cup. So it's working for Tusker.
Do you agree with Felix Junior?
Yeah, I do agree, because ukiangalia hizi clubs zote in Kenya, Tusker kuna in terms of even pesa. Wakuna pesa. Lakini ukiangalia kwa hiyo kiwanja yenye wanachezea, to be honest, Katela, kuna vitu zingine ni jokes. Because I remember some years back, kama kulikuwa na kiwanja ilikuwa na good surface, ilikuwa Ruaraka. Even foreign teams zilikuwa zinakuja kucheza against Kenya, zilikuwa zina train Ruaraka. Because ilikuwa maintained in a good way. But sasa ukienda Katela, so ukirudi hapo kwa Tusker, they bounce back because they lost against Nairobi United during the weekday. So wali bounce back. Bidco sahi, anyone facing Bidco and Sofapaka, most of the teams they're going for result. Unless sasa tu wakatae, they're going for result. Yeah.
And still, they played on Sunday. Kariobangi Sharks played Naiboys. Watu waliongea sana, by the way. Nairobi United are currently at number 4. Yeah, and Kariobangi Sharks at number